I was desperate for years to speak about it, and I think the time is now. As I look back at my journey, I often see people get judged by the color of their skin. It framed many people's childhoods as a nightmare, accompanied through every classroom lesson and witnessed the forming of friendships. But as I grew older, I started noticing whispers and stares and assumptions that made me ponder its significance. Why did some adults cross the street when they saw a black man walking alone? Why did certain opportunities seem out of reach based on solely on people's complexion? It was a confusing and sometimes painful realization. The skin color wasn't just a part of humans, it became a label placed upon to them by others. This label, fueled by racism, has the power to shape perceptions, limit possibilities, and inflict invisible wounds. But instead of letting this define people, I choose to dig deeper, to comprehend the roots of racism and its impact on individual society. And what I uncovered was a complex story woven with history, prejudice, and systematic inequalities. Racism isn't merely about individual acts of hate. It's a deeply ingrained system that has historically denied equal opportunities and perpetuated negative stereotypes. From slavery's dehumanization, legacy of segregation discriminatory practices, the scars of racism run deep. Even today, these scars manifest in microaggressions, unconscious biases, and institutional barriers that disadvantage people of colors in housing, education, healthcare, and criminal justice system. The the pain may be less overt, but its sting is no less real. And real life incidents shook us. I hope you all know about Ahmaud Arbery, a young black man who was chased and fatally shot while jogging in Georgia, which happened in 2020. Yeah, 4 years back. And the same year, Breonna Taylor, a black woman who was killed by police officers in her own apartment in Kentucky, and the Central Park Karen incident, where a white woman who falsely accused a black birdwatcher of threatening her dog in the New York City, which also happened in 2020, right? And lastly, the murder of George Floyd, a black man who was killed by a police officer in Minnesota in 2020, which sparked widespread protest against police brutality. We hear this kind of news on a daily basis where people get affected and judged by the color of their skin. Now let's talk about my country, India. While India is incredibly diverse, it is not exempt from issues related to skin color. Discrimination based on skin tone exists in various forms, okay? From biased beauty standards to social harms. Well, I see people not getting married because they are black. Even parents are so concerned about the skin color of the bride or groom. It's a challenge that many Indians face. We need to recognize and address these issues within our own communities, right? Well, I may not have experienced the most extreme forms of racism, but subtle encounters left their mark. And I see people get judged that they couldn't afford something in a store because they are black, or questioning their qualifications in a job interview. These microaggressions served as a constant reminders of the societal biases I navigate every day. But here's the thing. Understanding doesn't have to equal acceptance. While we can't change the past, we can choose to shape the future by acknowledging the existence of racism, educating ourselves and others by actively challenging discriminatory practices. We can create a world where the color of a skin doesn't define our potential or limit our dreams. Countless individuals and organizations are fighting for racial justice, from grassroots movements to educational campaigns, and the fight for equality is gaining momentum. We can all be part of this change by using our voices, amplifying marginalized voices, and advocating for policies, that dismantle systematic barriers. Yeah. Reflecting on the color of the skin has been a challenging yet empowering journey. It has opened my eyes to the reality of racism, igniting a passion for change. Remember, the color of a skin is just one aspect of a rich human heritage. Okay? Let's celebrate our differences while working towards a future where everyone has the chance to thrive regardless of the color of their skin. Thank you for joining me on this journey. Let's keep the conversation going. Share your thoughts, your experience, and your hopes for a more justified and equitable future. Remember, together we can create a world where the color of our skin reflects our unique stories, not our limitations. That's been it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Until then, peace.